Morning, everyone. If you can hear what's in the background, you'll probably have a good guess as to where I am. Maybe not specifically, but yes, I am at one of my happy places next to a river. I realized when I was thinking about what to talk about this morning that I'm tired of talking about how to process this thing that we're all going through. And I need a break. I needed a break. And as I experience things for myself, I relate them to everybody else. And it got me thinking, maybe we need a break. Maybe you need a break from thinking about how to manage our lives with this new dynamic that we all have to navigate. And I have thoughts. I always have thoughts and ideas, and I'm pretty good at research and finding things of value, hopefully, to contribute. But sometimes it's not about mentalizing. Sometimes it's about reconnecting to the things that you love. And this is one of the things that I love. And I thought, well, what's the most valuable thing that I can contribute perhaps to your experience this morning? Maybe it's something that I love very much, and that is a river. And so I invite you just to take a breath and take a minute or two. Oh gosh, I wish you could smell this air and feel the boulder that I'm sitting on. You've got it still good, and the world is still a beautiful place. Good thing for us to remember. So take a breath, enjoy the view, have a blessed day. Have a good week, everyone. Blessed be.
I will tell you something. I want to share with you something that I noticed as this meeting has unfolded, and that is the knack that I or we as a community have for attracting the perfect people for the perfect job at the perfect time. Um, I don't know if y'all noticed as we ran through all of the people that are in such high service here. Um, it's a pretty impressive list of folks and a pretty impressive group of minds and hearts that come together and to serve. So what we have accomplished along the way is to move this to cultivate this sense of the community as the members. It's not the community as the senior minister. And I mean, we went through an hour and a half without the senior minister being mentioned. I couldn't help but notice that. And the fact is that through thick and thin, through high and low, for quite some time now, what this community has learned about itself is that it can weather whatever comes along. The the universe rises to meet our footsteps as we take them. And that means that it doesn't always let us know in advance how things are going. Certainly in this case, it has not seen fit to send me the pamphlet complete with outcomes and directions and instructions on how to feel and how to think and what to choose. As Robert mentioned, we really are taking things as they come, and we're doing so from a place of faith. We know that whatever happens, this village is going to be fine. We've proved that to ourselves time and time and time again. And concurrently, I can still get, and we collectively can still get a little twitchy around the mystery, the mystery of life. And yet, certainly we should know by now that we're not going to have it all figured out in this lifetime. I certainly don't. This is the wildest ride that I have ever experienced or anticipated experiencing in this lifetime. I can tell you that my feelings and emotions are all over the board. Interestingly enough, the prevalent thing that I'm feeling is sadness. I'm really pissed at the universe occasionally, at the possibility that my experience of this amazing thing that we call life may be shorter than I had anticipated. That would suck in my mind and my heart. And yet what's unfolding before us is only God, and it's perfect and it's whole and complete.
Yes.
In my life right now.
Yes.
So we're in a heck of a position here, folks, and we stand together as we have always done. And I can't tell you how grateful I am. In fact, in the gratitude list, I kind of missed an opportunity there. And I'm glad we spoke to the practitioners, but I want to speak to the board and lift them up for my own gratitude. They have stepped in and stepped up, and they are the perfect people at the perfect time for the perfect job. We're okay, and that doesn't mean that I and or we are not going to go through times, periods, days, weeks of uncertainty, of fear, of anger. I was once told by a teacher that a crisis of faith wasn't telling us that there was something wrong. It was telling us perhaps that our faith was not big enough. And so here I am, standing in faith. It's not the way I wanted to show up for you guys. That's part of the sadness. And part of what pisses me off, I've got stuff to do yet. We've got stuff to do yet as a village. And the good news is that work is going to continue come hell or high water, because you all are the perfect people. We all are the perfect people at the perfect time. I don't know how this thing is going to unfold. I don't think of it as fighting so much as I think of it as living, showing up and living. And in my heart and soul, it's what I'm here to do. It's what I'm here to be, is to live for as long as the universe sees fit, to breathe my breath and beat my heart and dream my dreams. I'm here to do that and to be that. I told you when I first came on board that you were going to have the best season of my life. And that's one thing that I have accomplished. I've given you the best that I have, and there's more. I think about how well Polly doesn't allow us to forget those who have come before us and whose shoulders upon which we stand. And I think about that every day. And these are the shoulders of people, not only past, but present. Boy, I think about one of the first times I saw Deborah Jackson, and she was in there with the cleaning crew, with Polly, and I thought, wow, I don't know who she is, but I want what she has. We got a lot of that in our village. We may not always get along with each other. We may not always agree with each other, but God dang it, we love each other to pieces. And what I've learned as well, what I've learned again and again and again, is that love is the greatest power and nothing can stand before it. And it doesn't matter whether I'm here or not. This village is built on a foundation that is now strong and very well. Thank you very much, because of all of us. And that's not going to change. We've created this and we will continue to co-create this as it evolves and expands and turns into something even greater than we have yet to see. So that's what I know at the moment. We've got another few months in this medical leave of absence to see what happens when we dial back on some of the serious chemotherapies and let me get my feet back underneath me energetically and physiology and emotionally as well. And so that's what I'm in the process of doing. And as Robert pointed out, I can't tell the future any more than you or anybody else can. But I'll be around to see it until my last breath and until the last beat of my heart. And I'm so grateful that you're the people that I get to walk this path with. We get to walk it with each other, whatever the stuff that we're going through. There's a whole village of folks. I'm finding out the depth of the hearts that we have in this community. It's quite impressive. We're quite an impressive bunch of folks. So that's what I know. Robert and I were talking this last week, and I've talked with a few other people, and the question on my mind is, what do I say? And the answer, as always, is come back to what you do know. What we don't know could baffle us and paralyze us in our tracks for the rest of our days. But what I do know is that God is all there is. So that's what I got for now. Any thoughts or questions? I will ask you for a couple of things. One is to keep me in your thoughts and your prayers, and to keep our center in your thoughts and prayers. Just know the perfection that already is. We're not creating anything. We're not attracting anything. We're not doing a whole lot except knowing what we know. God is all there is. Love is the greatest power. And we're going to come through this no matter what happens. I forgot the other thing that I know. God is all there is. Love is the greatest power. That's about it.
Okay.
And that's enough to get us through, you see. It's enough to get us through. We don't have to figure all this stuff out. We never have been, and we never will. And that's okay. That's why they call it faith. And so here we stand in faith in the eternal, loving presence of Spirit within which we all abide. And we do it together, regardless of time or space. Love is not limited by time and space. So keep the faith. We're still all in it together. I love you very much.